Hey guys, it's Kurt. I'm back in the Kurt Locker. Today we're reviewing the Rep Fitness Helios squat bar. So what is the Rep Helios? Well, it's Rep Fitness's take on the 32mm squat bar. This is it here, and this is the fancy end cap that you get with it. It weighs 25 kilograms, which in American unit that come out to 55 pounds. And it comes in one finish option, which is a black Cerakote shaft with black Duracoat sleeves. Total price at the time of making this video was $369.99. However, I actually paid for this one when they were running a Black Friday deal during November of 2024. I've been using it from November, or I guess it showed up in about December-ish 2024, all the way to now, and I have my final opinions about it, and I have a squat session scheduled for today. We're doing heavy doubles, so I figured what better time to review this bar than right here and right now. But before we actually get into today's lifting session, I just want to cover the basic specifications. This is a 94.5-inch long barbell. This is significantly longer than I think what most people are used to when they see either a powerlifting bar or an Olympic lifting bar or a hybrid bar or something of that sort. This is 94.5 inches long. It's got 56 and just under a half. It's like 56.25 inches of distance from the inside of the loading sleeve here to the other inside. Now this is a nice thing for those of you that have 49-inch racks and you bump your racks on your walkout. This does give you plenty of space towards the outside, usually about 3 to 4 inches on either side. And if you have roller cups, it makes it even easier to recenter the bar. The actual sleeve portions have 17 inches of loadable space, which is plenty of space for basically any type of lift that you might be doing, unless I guess you're using just crumb bumper plates, in which case these will still work for you, still be able to squat pretty heavy, but obviously the thinner the plates, the more that you can load. It is 32 millimeters in diameter. It has a fully knurled shaft. It has a center brake as well as standard powerlifting brakes in the knurl. And the knurl pattern is very similar to the Rep Double Black Diamond, or it's just a little bit on the aggressive side. It is made out of 200,000 PSI steel, which I always cover in the video. I have no way to actually test that, but what you do get with this barbell with the diameter is a stiffness that you will appreciate. The static load rating, meaning what it can hold just on the rack by itself, is 1,500 pounds, which is well above, I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, that's well above anything that you're gonna be squatting anytime soon. So that is obviously not a concern, nor has it ever been a concern. Like, I don't think any of us are really, I get to the point where I just don't care that it can take 1,500 pounds of loading force, but I guess for the sake of being neat. But the big things that people care about when it comes to a squat bar is that it has aggressive knurling, which this has deep mountain style knurling, not volcano, so it does have that sharper feel to it. It also has the center knurl portion so that if you're squatting with a partner, they can help you center on the bar. And because it's a fully knurled shaft, it's going to grip to your back really, really well, no matter where you happen to put it. It has obviously the powerlifting knurl marks. The 32 millimeter shaft is gonna make it thicker. And then of course, making it nice and long so that if you need to have a wider grip, or you need to put it in a rack that has a wider grip, that doesn't make any sense. It can accommodate all of those different lifters. Now, like usual with Rep Fitness, the inside of the loading sleeve is actually where most of the information about the barbell is kept. So it says 25 kilograms on, you can read that upright on the left side, no matter what. And then of course that Rep Helios squat bar, and then of course Colorado, USA, where Rep is headquartered at. The end caps look really fancy as well, and I gotta say, I've talked to people just recently about this. What Rep is doing by laser etching the top of these loading sleeves is absolutely amazing. And the reason that I like this so much, and the reason that this detail does actually matter, is because when you have this thing stored vertically in a bar rack, which that's how most people in gyms are gonna probably store their bars. Some people will store it like me, but not always. The actual end cap, where people traditionally would put the information on the bar, is either down in a tube where you can't see it, or in this case, 94.5 inches up in the air to where you can't see it. So by placing it here, you can easily identify the bar for people that might not be so nerdy like me. So with all of those specifications out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and start my warm-ups. I've already done my jumps. I've already done all my jump training for today. I've done just my general body weight warm up, and I'm looking forward to getting into some heavy squats today. So that's the session. So now for my opinions. Now I've been using this bar since November of 2024. Right now it is June of 2025. I take forever to review things. I should really figure out my life. But in that time, I've used this bar primarily for my heavy back squat sessions. I have also used it for like bench press to see if it works. Obviously it does. It's a 32 millimeter bar. The things that are great about it: one, it is 32 millimeters in diameter. It is the correct length, 94.5 inches, the correct weight at 25 kilograms or 55 pounds for those of us that don't care about kilograms. And it's a great bar if you are into heavy squatting. Now, if you're looking for like your first bar, again, this is not the bar for you. This is a bar that people will get later on down the road when they feel like they want to specialize in something. The people that I really think this bar is for are those that compete in powerlifting in a federation that uses a squat bar. Now, there are a couple other options that are out on the market. You have the Rogue 32 millimeter squat bar, which is available only in stainless steel and comes in at about $450 plus tax and shipping. And then of course you have the tried and true, the Texas Power Bars. They have their Texas Squat Bar, which again, all of those bars are the same general build. They're all 32 millimeters. They're all stiff shafts. They all have similar loading specs on the sleeves. Really what it comes down to is origin. So if the origin of the bar matters to you, Rogue or Texas Power Bars may be a better option for you. The other thing that's going to come down to is price, and that's where this bar really shines. Now, Rep has free shipping for their equipment, and this bar at the time of making this video, like I said, comes in at $369.99, which seems like a lot, but it's about, $80 less than everything else. Now, you can get a zinc coated Texas Power Bars, a blem, for $20 less than that. But that's just like today, as I was going through and doing price comparison, that just happened to come up as an option. But for the most part, you're gonna, to similarly compare this bar to other bars, you have to use either Cerakote, or in Rogue case, you just got to go with the stainless steel. And that's where the Rep bar really wins, is on that price tag. I think it's a nice stiff bar. I think the knurling is very consistent. Normally I would do a sleeve breakdown, but I'm going to be honest, guys, like the sleeve breakdowns on these, they're all the same thing. Rep is using really quiet sleeve parts. They're overpacking everything in there with grease. The amount of spin that you get out of the sleeves is appropriate for the type of bar. Obviously, this isn't an Olympic weightlifting bar, so you don't want tons of spin. It's nice and stiff. Everything remains stationary. It turns when it needs to, but it doesn't overturn. It takes normal collars. The actual sleeves having that Duracoat has proven to be really, really durable. So Duracoat is a really good name for whatever coating they're putting on that sleeve, because I've been using this bar again for more than 6 months. And in the 6 months of use that I put on it, it hasn't really wore off. There's signs of wear, but they mostly wipe right off using my barbell rescue kit. So that brings us to the conclusion of this video, and that is, do I recommend this bar to you? Now, for 99% of the people that are out there, probably not, maybe not. I mean, 99% might not be a good number there, but for the majority of the population that's just training to get better fitness levels, training to be, you know, a fit father, a fit mother, whatever situation you find yourself in, a squat bar is probably not something that I would recommend you spend your money on. However, if a squat bar is something that you want, because you either collect barbells or you compete in a federation that has a squat bar that you're going to be using, or you're just a heavy squatter with a wide grip and you need a bar that can accommodate it, or maybe you're a squatter and you hit your uprights all the time with your power bar, this could be an option for you. Honestly, there's not much I don't like about the bar other than the fact that it's an import bar, but if I'm being honest, the further I get down this road of home gym ownership, the less that matters to me when it comes to these types of products. Now, don't get me wrong, I would love it if I could get my hands on a Rogue 32 millimeter stainless steel beautiful squat bar. I would love that. I would love that very much. But for now, this was what was in my price range on what I could afford. And so this is what I purchased, because a squat bar is something that I wanted, not only for myself, but also to show you, everybody that watches these videos. On that note, I appreciate each and every single one of you. I bought this bar for a sale price. I don't recall what it was off the top of my head, but it was a Black Friday deal. If content like this helps you, please, please, please do all the YouTube things that the algorithm wants you to do. Hit the bell and the subscribe and all that stuff. It really does help. The other thing that really helps the channel, and it helps it more, and especially when people start using it, is go down below in the description and use the affiliate links. The affiliate links are really the lifeline of these YouTube channels, and I'm gonna be honest, it's one of those things that will either make or break this YouTube channel as we go into the future. But that's been it for this week. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and I'll see you next time.